Hey guys,
Hey.
we apologize for any technical difficulties there. I'm trying to get us in line and nice and focused here. Hey guys, we're having a little technical difficulties. We had to open up a new live chat, so we're gonna give everyone another couple minutes to get in here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties on our end. So if you guys would just bear with us for a couple minutes, we're gonna wait for this viewer count to go up a little bit. Hey Jose, hello Mantra. We're so happy to have you guys here. Hey Austin, how we doing, man? Good to see you. Hello guys, hello. Welcome all. All right, 27 people here. We're gonna give another couple minutes for more people to join up before we start this live. Oh, we just lost you. Hang on, guys. My gimbal decided to die on me. Sorry for the ride there. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Tripod, guess was working a little too hard for itself. All right, just another couple minutes, guys. If you're not familiar with the live or it's your first one, just want you guys to know that if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the right side. You'll be able to chat in. We'll try and get to as many of them as we can. I can see here my gimbal is getting low on battery, so I'm gonna let Sarah take over for the first couple minutes. I'll join shortly, and we'll go from there.
All right. Sorry, I'm just looking through the comments now. We're going to go ahead and just start going through just a second. This is not working out. Our little gimbal is losing battery. Giving you orders. Hi, Edward. How's it going?
All right, can we get this plugged in?
Yeah, here, if you can just hold this, I'll do it.
All right, guys, our gimbal decided to go out on us. We might need your laptop plugged in as well.
There you go.
What's going on, guys? Sorry for the technical difficulties here. It seems like one thing after another. Yeah, you need to have your computer plugged in.
I'll go get it.
All right, so now that I'm back, I'll take over for Sarah. Again, I'm sorry. I know it's shaky. Our gimbal just went out, so I'm going to stand here and help answer these questions for you guys. Hello to you all in France. Austin, thank you so much for chiming in. Like I said before, if you guys have questions, go ahead and type them in that left-hand side. We got some puppies dancing in the background for you there. And then we'll begin shortly once we're all hooked up. Hey Marty, we appreciate you you chiming in, letting us know Colin's working hard. I will be sure to pass that along. For those of you that don't know, Colin's one of the main people, along with Sarah, that is in charge of basically, and we're back, replying to all your guys' questions and comments. So they're working very, very hard to get back to you. So your kind words mean a whole lot. So without further ado, we have the camera stable. The laptop is plugged in. We're going to go ahead and commence this live. Again, appreciate all your guys' patience there. Now, for serious, we're ready to go. So let's start with Thomas. He says, given the new orders are getting a February delivery date, have you discussed enlarging the production team? Yes, Thomas. One of the things we're actually working on right now is increasing production, possibly opening another factory to get out more bikes. So that is something we're working on because of such a high demand and the number of bikes that we need to produce. We are looking into expanding our production. Not going to get too deep into it because nothing is set in stone yet. But yes, we are looking into expanding.
Let's see. Yeah, really hot here.
Yeah, it's about 90, 92 right now.
It was 100 in some areas in San Diego.
Yeah, it's getting hotter there. Someone asked, will each bike have an additional cowbell? Cowbell, I'm not sure. If you did want to get anything bar mounted though, we have people that are putting on little squeeze horns, little ringing bells, that sort of thing. So if that's something you want, go ahead and do that. Go ahead, Sarah.
Jose, congratulations on your shipping notification. That's super excited. I'm still waiting for mine. Yeah, tripod issue was a little bit hilarious. Sorry about that. Is there a delay in shipping of the smaller frame bike? So as far as I know, we just got at least one container in of the 19-inch, so we're working on shipping those out right now.
Yeah, as far as the 19-inch frames go, those are currently being produced. We actually have a bunch of them in bike boxes already, waiting to clear customs. So if you are one of the first people to get the 19-inch frame, they should be coming within the next week or two. So those things are being produced right now. I'm going to go ahead and hit this because I know it's about to come up before I even scroll to it, but I wanted to give you guys an update for those of you non-domestic. So we're talking not only Europe, but as Canada, as well as New Zealand and Australia. To begin with, domestically, we're shipping out all the bikes in any configuration, pro, standard, upper versus drop bar, all the colors, all the sizes. Domestically, we have everything being produced. As far as the Europe production side goes, we're still waiting for several containers of parts to clear customs there. So they will not be, well, it is technically October, so we weren't able to put it together for the month of September, but we do plan to have those up and running for all of you in the EU. So there are containers waiting there. They just have to clear, and then production of the European bikes will fully begin in October, hopefully very shortly. If you're someone in Canada, New Zealand, Australia, what we're doing is we're working with the factory to actually extrapolate your individual orders so that all those can go to a single region at once in one container, so you guys aren't waiting. In other words, we're basically taking Australia as a region, for example. We're going in and we're going to try and produce all the bikes for Australia at one time, get them all in one container, and have them sent to you guys. That way you will not only get your bikes at the same time, but the shipping is going to be a whole lot less because we're doing them all at once rather than sending them to you sporadically and reaching out to you guys asking for an increased shipping charge. It's better to just get them all at once. So that is what we're doing for those of you in Europe and the other regions. Like I said, as soon as we have more details, I'll be able to get more explicit. But right now, that's the general overview. For those of you that had that question or that have it, I know it's going to come up again, but just want to get you guys up to speed there. Like way up. I might have messed that up. Okay.
Okay, so for the touring package, I think that we have one on the Babymaker VIP page, right? There's a picture of one of the bikes with the touring package.
Not on the bike, no, but basically what it is will be a rear cargo rack that mounts to those seat stays, as well as fenders. Now these fenders aren't anything proprietary; they're just simple universal fenders you can mount to any Babymaker. So if you wanted to get your own, you can go ahead and do that. As soon as We don't even have touring packages ready to be sent out, so we don't have any photos of them on bikes. As soon as we do, though, we will let you guys know.
Aaron, if you want to go check out the Babymaker VIP page, we have pictures of the blue on there, so there's pictures up there. If you
we have several riders now who have opened their bike boxes. They got blue raspberry. They've been very active about posting in that Babymaker VIP group. So if you have questions about the blue raspberry and want to see the actual color of what it'll appear to be in real life, go to the Babymaker VIP page, or Babymaker, I believe the name just got changed to
the official Babymaker owners cover.
Yeah, the Babymaker owners group, that Facebook page, and you can actually see the blue bike next to the kiwi green, right outside in the sun. You know, someone took this picture with their phone, so it's not docked or anything. That is where you'll get the best idea of what that color will be.
No, removing the FLX logo or the Babymaker logo will not void your warranty. You don't have to worry about that.
No, it'll just, however you remove it, if you're sanding it down, just know that, you know, you're going to be the one that has to paint the new bike. But cosmetically, if you were to adjust, you know, the logo or anything like that, it won't void your warranty.
Austin, I'm not exactly sure what the number is on complete orders for the Babymaker, but I know it's somewhere upward of 10,000, I think, at least. We just updated on the EU.
So I believe, Ryan, the Babymaker manual is available to download. We just got it up yesterday or the day before. It's a pretty good manual. However, what I would suggest to do to really get the full experience is watch the video we made, the Babymaker assembly video that Rob completed. That's going to give you the most in-depth tutorial on the steps and procedures you need to take, along with the warnings and sort of things that come with assembling your Babymaker. So look at the manual as well as that video to really get a good visual and know exactly what you're doing. Aaron, you're asking about the speed. In the UK, you guys have specific laws for electric bikes and that sort of thing. So what we're doing is we're sending your bike already in compliance, whatever laws and regulations you have. So those of you in the EU, it'll be compatible with the rules. But we're also gonna, when you guys are getting your bikes, we're gonna put out a video on how to go in and adjust the LCD so that you can get more performance out of your Babymaker in those closed circuit and track use conditions where those regulations don't apply.
Austin, eventually we will have that option to buy different handlebars. That's going to be later on down the line. Right now we're just putting our main focus on production and getting everyone their bikes, but eventually in the future we will have those components available on our website. I'm not sure when that's going to be though.
With that being said, real quick, Austin, if you did want to get a separate bar type for your Babymaker, we already had someone who received one of their bikes and ended up putting more traditional mountain bike bars. So not droppers, not uppers, but more so just wide handlebars. That's totally an option for you as well. If you don't want to wait for us to come out with our own upper or dropper to be sold individually, you can go to a bike shop and buy one of those third party if you wish. So yeah, I just saw someone not happy with the customs in EU due to the COVID situation. You mentioned you're having trouble in Switzerland getting stuff from Italy. Kind of the same problems we're running into with the factory in the EU.
We'll be right back, guys.
It's we sent these things ahead of time. We did our very best to try and consolidate these orders and get everything moving early on, but you know, there's just been some unforeseen difficulties throughout the process. You know, the pandemic has hasn't directly affected us. There are certain applications of our fulfillment that have been affected. So, you know, we were able to load that container and get it out in an ample amount of time. But like you mentioned, you know, customs is where things are slowing down, and that's not just for us here at FLX. That's anybody importing, exporting goods. So we did run into some issues there, but we really appreciate your guys' patience. If you haven't been able to tell, our main focus is getting you guys these bikes as quick as we can. That's where all of our resources have been devoted. That's where our time is going. We are still doing our very best to get back to you as quickly as I can, answer all your questions and that sort of thing. But when it comes to these video updates and things you guys are asking for, we sometimes have to push those on the wayside to really focus on fulfillment. And then when we have time, we go back and we make these videos. So again, for everyone watching, just want to say a big thank you for all of your support, and especially for your patience. Crazy times we're living in. We had a crazy successful promotion. It's really you guys that have, are responsible for all the success. We're just trying to do everything we can on our end to keep you happy, to keep you excited, and again, to get you these bikes as quick as we can. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. For those of you that have just joined or are unfamiliar, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you'll be able to see a little chat box. If your question isn't in our FAQ and we haven't answered it, go ahead, type it down there. I'm going to do my best to get back to you guys. Bob asked, will you make a smaller frame size? We currently have two, the 23-inch frame and the smaller 19-inch frame. Those are the only two sizes that we have available right now, or that we plan to make. And there's a size chart available on both Indiegogo and our website if you're curious, as well as videos. So you'll be able to check that out on your own. Clark, you said Indiegogo showed a September ship date on your account. It's October now, so if you haven't gotten your bike, it just means that we're a little bit behind in regards to that. I do want to mention that I think right now we have close to 800 bikes, almost 1,000 that have either been delivered, are in in transit, or we're slapping labels on. So that's a really good number for this amount of time frame and everything going on in the world. I know if you saw September and still don't have yours, my deepest apologies. But again, those dates are estimates. We're doing our very best to make sure, or to try and fulfill them in those months. But there might be some overlap. There might be a little delay here and there. Again, when we put those dates up, that was when we were still 6 to 7 months out. So you give us a little bit of leeway with that. Like I said, though, full focus is getting these bikes out as quick as possible.
If you did not order your Babymaker through Indiegogo and you ordered it through the site, you can just email us and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I can give you an estimated shipping month. I won't be able to give you a day, but I can give you a shipping month.
Dan, you're asking about the drop bars. Like I said, if you're domestic in the US, we have bikes going out for every color, configuration, style, and bar type. So if you're, smaller, large frame, pro or standard, upper dropper, and any colors, those are coming out sporadically now. So you should be getting a notification soon. Mike, I think Sarah just addressed that.
Yeah, you can just email Mike. You can just email our customer support at hello@flx.bike, and then I can give you your estimated shipping month.
Yeah. Thomas, if 10,000 Babymakers have been ordered, how many have been built, shipped? I can't give you a built number because that ranges from everything from, we have a whole bunch of frames assembled. Some we have frames, batteries and controllers in, but no wheels and brakes. So what I can tell you is that out of the 10,000 that have been ordered, I think what I said before, 800 are either, have people riding them, are sitting on someone's doorstep, in transit, or about to leave the carrier facility, right at that 600 to 800 number for the month of September, which is pretty darn good for the first round. Like I said, we are exploring other options for increased production, but right now that's about how many we've gotten out the door, 600 to 800 so far.
If Okay, so if your frame is too small for you, no, we're not doing exchanges right now. We put out a size chart so you can look and see what size bike would best fit you. And then Ben did a very descriptive video as well, just going over what size you should pick. So if you did pick the wrong one and it doesn't fit, we're not doing exchanges.
With that being said, the good news is that if you have a bike that you think is too small, there are a lot of options to actually make it fit better. You're in a good position because if the bike was too big, there's really nothing you can do. But if you need a little extra room, like Sarah said, I made a video and I kind of go in to talking about one, the seat position. If you look at the guys in the Tour de France, their bike seat is almost 6 to 8 inches above their handlebar, so they're in a very aggressive stance. That's one thing you guys can do at home is if you think your frame might be a little bit too small, you can both extend the seat, and what's really important is they make stem extension. So the thing that the handlebars grip onto, that's the stem. You can get ones that are both longer, so more forward in front of you, as well as different angled ones. So not only can your bars go out further, they can also go up higher, both expanding your reach and the way you're able to pedal. So if you have a bike and you think it's going to be too small, that's actually a good problem to have because there are numerous extensions you can get to make that ride more comfortable.
Yes, so if you are located in San Diego, you can bring your Babymaker into our shop to have it assembled. I think it's $100 for assembly, but our mechanics are extremely busy, so we do ask that you schedule. You can schedule through just emailing customer support, so just email me as soon as you get your bike in and I can set it up for you.
Yeah, the big things on that Sarah said I want you to take away from are, one, there is a $99 assembly fee, and two, you will need to send us an email and get it scheduled before then. We're super swamped here, so the chances of you having same day assembly, it probably won't happen. So it'll probably be more something along the lines of you drop your bike off on a Monday, by Tuesday or Wednesday it'll be ready. But please check with us beforehand and get it scheduled with either myself, Sarah, Colin, someone in here that can tell you when to bring that bike box in, so that we can make sure our shop mechanics set aside a proper window to actually go ahead and build that for you guys.
I'm order 925 located in Nor. Charles, yes, your bike should be shipping out soon. I can't give you an actual day when it will ship out, but before it ships, we'll be sending you an email confirming your shipping address, and then about 24 hours later, you should get an email with your tracking information. After you get your tracking information, your bike should ship within a couple of days. So the reason you would get your tracking information before the bike goes out is FedEx will create a shipping label, and then we'll send over your tracking information, and then it will go out. So it doesn't go out immediately.
So Ryan, would you recommend removing the saddle and just sitting on the seat post? Hey man, it's a free country. Anybody can do what you want. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, man, do what you will. Mike asks, in the Spanish factory, what is the extent of the bike's assembly? The bikes to the U.S. have been in boxes, seem to be assembled as they're delivered. What is different in the EU? So when you get your bike, whether it's from the EU factory or the ones being delivered in the U.S., they're going to be the same in the box. What I mean by sent to Europe for assembly is our factory in Shanghai does pretty much everything from A to Z, putting that battery together, assembling the controller, running the wires, welding the frame, that sort of thing. What's happening in Europe is sort of a more refined process. In Shanghai, we're still welding the frames and that sort of thing, but those of you who are having a bike that's assembled in Europe, those bikes are going to come more complete to that factory. So they're going to get a container of just already completed frames. So they're not doing that sort of welding and stuff there. They're going to get all their batteries completely assembled. So the process they're doing in the EU factory is a little bit more refined in regards to the actual production. It's more so just getting the right components in place and putting it together, whereas, the stuff in Shanghai is starting from the ground up, cutting out those aluminum tubes, welding them together, and that sort of thing. So Once those containers do clear customs, the assembly process for those bikes is actually a shorter amount of time since they're dealing with more complete parts to begin with. So even though you guys are experiencing some delay, once production does begin in Europe, the bikes there will be produced at a quicker rate than what they currently are. So that is some good news for you guys.
Danny, we will be uploading videos as we get them, so I'm not sure when our next media that we'll get from the Spain factory will be, but if we do get something, we will post it, but I won't be able to give you a date for that.
Yeah, and guys, we know how excited and anxious you are to see something happening over there across the pond, as they say. So, you know, it's in our best interest to give you guys some content as well. If you've noticed, throughout this whole shoot, we launched back in March, but even before then, we've tried to be as transparent as we can. We know you're taking this journey with us, so we want to kind of pull back the curtain and show you what we're seeing. So as soon as we get something for you guys, we'll be sure to show it.
Take to get a video of Rob on both 19 and 23-inch frames side by side. So, you guys are the first ones to get the 19-inch frames. We don't have any here, so as soon as we get some in our shop, we will be able to give media on that and show Rob on the bikes, but you'll be seeing them well before I do. I haven't seen a 19-inch yet.
On that, like Sarah said, our focus is getting you guys bikes. So in the first group of these smaller frame ones, we actually sent them to you guys before we even requested one for the shop here to do those videos. Again, our focus has been you guys. But to your question, Awakened Sleeper, excuse me, within the next 3 to 4 weeks, I hope to have a 19-inch frame so that we can do that comparison video of the sizes. That way, you can kind of see someone who's on the line, Rob, who's 5'8". We'll put them right next to both of those, and you'll be able to see it. So within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we'll have that video up for you. So Marty asks, what does FLX stand for? It's kind of like you pronounce it like flex, like you're flexing on someone, flexing your muscles, showing your power. It was originally FLUX, flux, because when starting the company, we wanted to have a name that kind of showed what the whole electric industry was. And the flux, by definition, means something in a state of constant change, constant movement. And that's sort of what this industry is and what our riders are kind of doing by moving to this electric technology. Fortunately, there was some copyright issues, so now we are just FLX for now. But we say flex, flexing on them, FLX bike, that sort of thing. So some fun little info for you guys there. So are the EU bikes will be delivered from the factory in Spain? Yes, that is correct. If you are curious, no, you cannot pick one up from the factory. It will need to be shipped to you.
And that's the same for if you live in Los Angeles. I just got that question. So the bikes aren't at the warehouse here. We don't have the Babymakers here. They're being shipped out from a FedEx location. So we're not offering pickup options right now.
Danny asks, if you want to purchase the extended warranty, you would need to do so before you receive the bike. So if that is something you want to do, you need to navigate to the accessories page and go ahead and purchase that to your warranty.
Danny, if you ordered an extra charger and the touring package, those will be coming separately from the bike. However, your bike will have a charger with it.
Yeah. Mr. Myers asking, even though you live in LA, no, you cannot come down to the shop to pick up the bike. We're sending all those direct from our freight forwarder. If you wanted us to assemble it, you would have to, like Sarah said earlier, schedule an appointment to drop your bike off, pay the $99 fee, and then we will be able to assemble it for you. The reason we're not doing that is, as you can see behind us, that's the depth of our warehouse, and it's probably 2 to 3 times the size that you guys aren't seeing. But even with that, just the number of Babymakers sold in the Southern California area would mean we'd need a warehouse 3 to 4 times this size just to store them, not even going through any of the assembly or anything like that. So no, you will not be able to pick it up from our location. It ships direct to you. And then
Right here.
okay, give me 1 second. I saw one of you guys. I want to make sure. Austin, that's right. We have considered a rainbow colored bike, but we didn't pull the trigger on it. Maybe something for the future. So Daniel's asking about the power of the motor. Without going too deep into the specs, I will say this. There are 2 things you need to think about for someone of your size. Is first of all, it's a 350 watt motor. So this thing isn't going to blast you off into the stratosphere, but being 240, you are going to need to put a little more oomph into those pedals. Now, with that being said, you shouldn't have any issues climbing hills or doing any kind of riding that you were able to do on any standard bike. It will be strong enough for you, but know that because it is a fixed gear, the getting started might be a little bit difficult, especially if you're on an incline to start off with. But if you go into it with some momentum, the bike's going to have enough power to get you up hills on those flats. Your range might be a little bit reduced, but you shouldn't have an issue where you feel like the bike isn't doing anything for you at all. Even in the lower pedal assist levels, you'll still feel the power come from that motor.
We already touched on the New Zealand orders. And if anyone still has questions about international order updates, you can go onto our Indiegogo page, and under the updates, the last update that we updated everyone about international orders. So you can go check that there. I actually don't know what's going on with the Blade 2.0 or something.
I'm not sure what's going on with the 2.0 orders either. I can go ahead and look into that for you. I believe we have October or November as the delivery date. I'll have to check back with you.
Yeah, Daniel, if you just, or I'm sorry, not Daniel, whoever was asking about the Blade 2.0, if you just want to email customer support, I can look into it for you. Our email is hello@ifl.bike, and I'll get back to you and kind of give you an update on where we're at with that.
So, Drawn from the Water asks, what makes Babymaker so different from e-bikes such as the Ben Move? So not a whole lot really. They're both electric bikes with a totally integrated battery. They are, I believe, both belt drive systems. The difference is the Van Move has a relatively unproven drivetrain. Yes, they're still using the belt, just like the Babymaker. However, it has some kind of electronic shifter I've never heard of. That's relatively new to the market as well. So I really don't want to speak for anything of them because I've never actually ridden the bike. Keep in mind though, anytime you have a moving part, your margin for error increases. Anything that moves is more susceptible to breakdowns or that sort of thing. While again, I can't say I've ever ridden a Van Move, I do know that as far as reliability goes, we've really set the Babymaker up for success here. Minimal amount of moving parts, yet those parts are very high quality. You know, we're using the Magura and TRP brakes. We have a Gates belt drive system. So we really pulled out all the stops. As far as the differences go, that's something I encourage you to work on. I'm an expert in our bikes, not theirs. So that's really all I can say on the subject. If you do have further questions, like Sarah said, send us an email and I'll try and get back to you.
Wayne, unfortunately I can't tell you when your order is going to arrive just by looking at your order number. If it was ordered through our website, the website order numbers and Indiegogo order numbers have nothing to do with each other, so they're completely separate systems. So if you want to email me at hello@flx.bike and just put in the subject your order number, I'll look into it and I can tell you around when it should ship.
Someone asked if you want to get fenders or mud guards, anything like that. The ones we're putting in the touring package are universal, so they can be mounted to any bike. So if you're looking to get some of your own and you don't want our touring package or don't want to wait for it, you can go ahead and buy your own third-party fenders. Nothing we're using about the ones we have is proprietary, so that is an option for you.
Hey, it's Axel.
Hey Axel, how's it going, man? We miss you.
I was one of our old mechanics. If you have questions about the Canada delivery, we have an update on our Indiegogo page. It's the last update that we posted, and it talks all about updates for international orders.
Hey Ron, those surfboards are not for show. We do a lot of surfing out here in San Diego, so each one of those is waxed up, ready to ride, and they have a number of waves on each of them. So no, not just for show. Those are actually being used.
James, your contribution ID is your order number. You can view your order by logging into your Indiegogo account, and then in the upper right hand corner of the computer screen, you'll see my contributions, and you can view your order in there. Keep in mind that your order number isn't, the number of bikes that have been sold. There was other items sold on the website, so even touring packages and accessories, they got their own order number too.
Someone's just thanking us. He said, Waken Sleeper says, to launch a product of this scale in March and accomplish what you guys have did is freaking amazing. Customer support and interaction is key. Great job. Thank you so much. Not just to you, Awaken Sleeper, but to anyone who's either watching, who has given us support here, on comments on Facebook, or whatever it is. We really are working hard, and I agree to pull off what we did since March in these crazy times is a great feat, and we appreciate your thanks. We also want to say thank you to you guys as well, because if you weren't here, we definitely wouldn't be. So on that, Luke, you mentioned you notice a few of the deliveries have reported broken mountain brackets. We are taking care of those people. In fact, we actually are getting parts shipped directly from the factory to these people. On that particular part, something we've added to both the manual and the assembly video is that LCD panel has the screw will not tighten all the way. If you do, you break the bracket. It needs to be secured but not over tightened. Even though there's room, as long as the LCD screen itself is stable, you're in perfect condition. What's happening is people twist beyond its point of secureness, and what happens is that little tiny bracket actually goes under so much stress that it can break. So that's what you're seeing. But no, if you have an issue like that or something similar, we are getting parts to those guys. If you do have an issue, write us in. We'll let you know what to do and the process of that whole thing.
Jonathan, we're, like we said before, we're working as quickly as we can to get all of our orders shipped out. That being said, if you are moving, you can contact our customer support, and I would be happy to help you adjust your address. You will also get an email before your bike ships just confirming your address, and so if you need to change it, then we can adjust it there too. So we really want to make sure that every bike is being shipped to the right spot, so we double triple check before we send them out. The Widowmaker. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. The Widowmaker. We just have to have a bike to design around that. Danny asks, so the Babymaker Pro uses Magura MT30s, MT3, MT30s. They are a hardened plastic lever on the Babymaker Pro. Still hydraulic disc brakes though, so they come with great stopping power. All right, guys, just so you know, we're going to do about another 5 minutes here. Get your questions in now. You can't tell, but it's actually really hot here. So get them in. We'll probably do another 5 minutes of this. And then, like always, we'll have another one of these at least every week. We're trying to give you guys as much FaceTime as we can. So get them in while you can.
Yeah, I actually do want to touch on this one. So where did it go? Somebody asked if you made an order adjustment and if it shows up on your Indiegogo. So if you emailed customer support and asked to change your color or your frame or your address, whatever, if we responded to you, it has been changed, it won't reflect on your Indiegogo account. We have our own separate system for that. So no, it will not reflect on your account if something has been adjusted. So if you changed it to black and your order still says tangerine, it has been changed. It's just not going to show up on your Indiegogo.
So someone's asking about the display real quick. There's three main things your display will do. First, it shows your battery level, so how much juice you have in the tank. It's going to give you an active mile per hour or kilometer per hour speedometer, so you know how fast you're currently traveling. It has your pedal assist level, so you'll know how much output your motor's doing. Again, those pedal assist levels go from 0, which means your motor's doing nothing, you're riding a standard bike, all the way up to 5. So pedal assist 1 through 5 being how much power your motor's supplying. And the fourth main thing the LCD does is act as an odometer for both your current trip you're on as well as throughout the lifetime of your bike. So you'll be able to see how many miles you put on during your current trip as well as in total since you have received the bike. Those are the main functions of the LCD, and we will be putting out a video on how to go in there and make certain adjustments for closed circuit and track use.
So we just got kind of two of the same questions. No, we aren't offering a different display to increase the speed, nor do I know if there's anything compatible out there. I'm going to say I'm 99% sure that that isn't. But just keep in mind when you start adjusting the electronics on your bike and fiddling with the display and putting, different computer systems in there that weren't originally meant for the Babymaker, it does completely void your warranty. So any issues that you have with your bike in the future will not be covered under warranty if you start adjusting things like that.
All right, guys, I'm going to try and cover. I'm scrolling down through all these as quick as I can. 19-inch bikes, yes, they're currently shipping. We like Widowmaker. Does level 0 mean it's it's always a fixie because there's only one gear, a fixed gear bike. That's what makes it a fixie, not how much power being provided by that motor. So regardless of what pedal assist you're in, it is always a fixed gear bike. You convert you can move the display anywhere on the handlebar, left or right. That is something you can do once you get the bike. And the color of the bed, that's not a question. Bell Block asks, are delivery days being pushed back across the board? We don't want to say yes just yet, because while there are some bikes we estimated delivered in September that won't be, that doesn't go to say that we can't produce more. We thought we could in the month of October. Just so you guys know, the more we produce, the more streamlined it gets. So we appreciate you bearing with us, but that is all the time we have for today. If we didn't cover your question, if you really need a response, like Sarah said, you can email us at hello@flx.bike. I'm sure there's a few things in there we didn't cover, but we've been on for almost 45 minutes now. Thank you guys so much.
Also, I'm going to add to that. So our line is always open if you want to email customer support. I'm more than happy to help you, but we do have an FAQ page on our Indiegogo page, and it's at the bottom, and most of the questions that y'all have been asking are available there. So if your question isn't listed there, I'm more than happy to answer it for you. We do ask that you email us instead of call, just because our lines have been really flooded, and it's just easier for our customer support system to work that way. But I am happy to help you.
Yeah, guys, quickest way to get a response from us is via email. Because we're bringing more people to help out with that. And if you ask your question, we're responding in order of the oldest one to the newest. So that'll be the quickest way to get to us. Thanks again so much, though. This is Ben and Sarah signing off from you guys here at FLX San Diego. Again, we will do another one of these come next week.
Yep.
So see you guys. Thank you again for all your support. We'll talk to you again later. Bye, guys.